Hey everyone, Arasion here, and in this video I'll be talking about Pokemon Rangers and why you wouldn't want to be one. The reason why I'm doing this video is because looking back on it, Pokemon Rangers weren't that good, or that cool for that matter. I've been watching the anime and the Pokemon Ranger movie, Pokemon Ranger and the Temple of the Sea, and it was just, it didn't hold up, it was lackluster. Just seeing like Jack Walker flip around and just do like crazy moves, it was cool at the time, but it doesn't really like make Pokemon Rangers shine in the way that they should. And in this video I'll be talking about the major problems they have and like what I would do to fix them. So let's get into it. So the first major problem, I guess, would be they rely too much on their stylers and the fact that while the right wild Pokemon is going to appear or they'll find it in time. This happens a lot in the anime and in the Pokemon Ranger movie. So I guess some examples would be like in the opening part of the Pokemon Ranger movie, Jack Walker's like running from the evil team. I'm not sure who they were, Phantom's evil team or something, and then he gets on the top of the submarine they're on, then a wild Mantine and Mantites just like start swimming by randomly. So I guess you can argue the fact that that could happen, but it's just too convenient. And other times too would be like when Ben from the anime, he's a Pokemon Ranger too. He's trying to go after a Heatran that knows Eruption, and he doesn't have a way of like going after Heatran when it starts to get go on the move. So if he just happens to see a wild Pidgeot flying by, and convenient again. And I guess one more example would be I think in the episode Kidnap Riolu, I can't remember the exact name, but Pokemon Ranger Kellen ends up finding 3 random Blastoids after a forest is getting burned down by Pokemon Hunter J, and they just happen to be chilling on the edge of a lake bed with all the Pokemon that were getting forced out of their homes. So again, plot convenience. I get that they're trying to like show off Pokemon Rangers, but it's not like a realistic-esque way of doing. So I guess some solutions would be changing the rules on the Pokemon Rangers, so having them have 3 Pokemon. So a flying type, a water type, and grass, bug, or normal type to fill in that 3rd slot. So the flying type would fit into it by travel through the air, reconnaissance from the air, maybe even sending messages somehow if they needed to do that. Kind of like what Ash does when he's like, oh, Staravia, go, oh, Swellow, go, and stuff like that. And go find this person, or like look around to see what you can see, or whatever. So, kind of inspired by Ash in a way. Water type Pokemon, pretty self-explanatory. Just going underwater places, traveling over the seas, just having that option is definitely a good idea. Because what you learn in like being a trainer by playing the games and stuff is that having like diversity and different types of Pokemon, not just raising one type of Pokemon, is good. So that'll definitely be like a good idea to incorporate into Pokemon Rangers. And I guess the last thing, having a bug or grass type, or possibly even a normal type, would round out the type coverage kind of thing. Just because there's a lot of forests in Pokemon, and if you pick a normal type, you can pretty much have them learn lots of different types of moves. So you can pick what you want and like what will be more helpful to you at that time. So I feel like that's a good idea. Moving on, I guess the next thing I'm going to talk about is the Rangers not being well equipped on their mission. So, for example, you never really see any of the Pokemon Rangers except for Pokemon Ranger Kellen carrying like super potions or like any kind of medical items to help Pokemon, which doesn't really make sense to me. It seems like since they're Pokemon Rangers and they're constantly traveling the world in different regions, they would have stuff like that to take care of Pokemon. I don't really see them with like backpacks or anything like that. They usually carry light, like they have their styler, obviously the clothes on their backs. If they have a partner Pokemon, that's who they bring along with them, but that's it. And only Solana I've seen have a partner Pokemon. But I guess some ways that this could be like corrected or improved upon are like obviously having them carry healing items and stuff. So they could carry like Full Restore, Super Potion, Antidote, Paralyze Heal, Revive, a Pokemon Flute so they won't have to like waste awakenings. I feel like that would make more sense. And there's different types of Pokemon Flutes too, so they can like incorporate that into like their kind of arsenal in a way if they needed to. An assortment of berries would definitely be good, just to have that kind of like extra I guess extra help when it comes to like running out of items just in case of anything, because berries you can just find in the growing around. So and I guess to wrap this part of it up would be having them carry heal balls on them. Now if you don't know what the effect the heal ball does, it's pretty much you catch a Pokemon with this and they're instantly healed of their HP is instantly restored, and any status ailments that they have are removed as well. So it's kind of like having a Pokemon Center in your pocket. And I've always liked this kind of ball just because it's been pretty cool in my opinion. I mean, I'm kind of surprised that they don't incorporate like the different balls in Pokemon anymore. Well, to an extent, they don't necessarily like have Ash learn about different types anymore, which is kind of sad. But yeah, heal balls are definitely underrated, and they could definitely have a lot of use for Pokemon Rangers. I do know that they don't catch Pokemon in the same way because they use their stylers, but this kind of seems like a way where if a Pokemon was badly injured and they didn't have any time to get to Nurse Joy or didn't have the right medical items or healing items or whatever, they could just use the heal ball and perform like a catch and release kind of thing. So they catch the Pokemon and they release it back into the wild, and I feel like that would make a lot more sense, more realistic sense. I mean, so yeah. I guess last but not least would be not having good battle experience, because this is one thing I noticed in the end. A lot of the time, if a Pokemon Ranger would be jumping into a battle, they don't have Pokemon of their own unless there's Solana who has Plusle, but they would not body the other people's Pokemon, but at the same time too, they like land some devastating hits on them, which I don't really understand, just because Pokemon trained by people or that have trainers are relatively stronger than wild Pokemon unless they do their own training. But even then, when I was watching the anime, it didn't really add up, just because there's this one scene where Ranger Kellen ends up using his styler to catch a Donphan, and then the guy has an Aggron, so he has Aggron use Double Edge, and then Kellen has Donphan come up and use Horn Attack and just like body the Aggron. I'm pretty sure Pikachu got some good hits in too, but it seemed like he did a lot of damage somehow. And I'm pretty sure Aggron's like what, Rock and Steel type, and then Donphan's pretty much pure ground. And Horn Attack, I'm not sure how strong that is. Like, I don't really know like the whole percentage stuff or like damage stuff when it comes to Pokemon, like off the top of my head, but it doesn't really make like the most sense necessarily. And we've seen stuff like this happen before too, so it's just kind of like, okay, how did that make any sense? Just because you use a capture style, does it boost the power of the Pokemon you're using? Or like, I don't know. And I guess to wrap it up, I would say maybe like two characters that we pretty much know really well that would make pretty good Pokemon Rangers would be Brock and Nurse Joy. Brock is pretty much self-explanatory, and Nurse Joy as well. They have a lot of their skill set is very wide when it comes to like taking care of Pokemon. They're very knowledgeable about Pokemon and like different kinds of items and abilities, that kind of thing. So they would definitely make better Pokemon Rangers than the other Pokemon Rangers that are out there, in my opinion. And I guess that's it. If you like the video, leave a like. Subscribe for more content like this, because honestly, I enjoy making stuff like this a lot. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.